Hello again, everybody. Wanted to do another video showing how I dye the leather. So first, put gloves on, as this dye will stain my hands. And especially when it's brown dye, people see brown on your hands and they think all kinds of things. So, handy dandy makeup brush. Whenever it's small details, makeup brushes are the best. And so the people at Sephora, they know me when I'm coming in. I'm gonna get these fine tip makeup brushes. So I'll use the little makeup brushes on the little details that I want to get. There we go. Oops. So I know some of you are looking at that and thinking, well, you messed up. Now you gotta start all over. I don't, because the brown will actually make the black go away. Larger brush. So a little history on the Old Glory wallet, which I'm making right now. I was making my first wallets about 6 years ago, and I was thinking, well, what art, this was before I was completely backed up on orders, so I had time to do more research and development. And I thought to myself, well, what art will people love on a wallet? Most of my customers are from the United States. They're bikers, veterans, and people who, you know, just like streetwear. I mean, you don't have to be a biker to get a chain wallet. I thought, well, what will all these people like the most? So I came up with the idea to do an American flag. At the time, I was only doing two different colors, black and medium brown. And so I did an American flag wallet in black and medium brown. And it sold very quickly. And so I listed it back when I was on Etsy. And it has been my #1 seller. And love how patriotic we are. So during this video, I got Guns N' Roses in the background. Another favorite band of mine. I actually saw them in Nashville a couple years ago on their new tour. They put on a great show, but I have to say, I don't like outdoor concerts. It's too hot. You don't have any way to get out of the heat. If you're in the sun, you're stuck in the sun. It was nasty, nasty hot. The music in the show was, of course, spectacular and awesome. It was just hot. I like my air conditioning, apparently. The other concerts that I've been to, like Chris Stapleton, Iron Maiden, Alice Cooper, they've all been indoors. And those are a lot more fun being away from the elements, in my opinion. I always try to get seats that are down on the floor instead of up in the balconies, because up in the balconies you get the people who don't want to stand up, they prefer to sit down. And so if you stand up, they'll complain that you're standing up. At my last Alice Cooper concert, Alice Cooper came out on stage, so of course we stood up for Alice Cooper. You know, show a little respect to the person giving the, giving the entertainment for the night. And a couple behind us asked us to sit down because we were blocking their view because they didn't want to stand up. I looked around, everybody up in the bleachers was sitting down while everybody down on the floor was standing up. So my daughter, she goes to most of the concerts that I go to. And so we've decided to never get seats up in the bleachers or up in the balconies. So there that is. The black is done. Now I'm going to grab some brown and slop it on there. I think with the brown, the sloppier you are with it, the better it looks. Doesn't have to be perfect. I think it adds character to the piece when it's not perfect. I don't know, I've seen too many things being made by machines and airbrushing the dye, and it just looks too overly produced. It doesn't have any character, it doesn't have a life. I like for my products to all look different from each other, and even though it might be the same art and same colors, you know, the pattern on them and how the dye is applied will look different on every single one, just because I like it messy. I think it gives me a really, really good look. There we go. And I'm going to do a kind of wood grain look to the brown once I'm done with the flag here. It'll look awesome. Yeah, that's Guns N' Roses. The concert I'm watching from Guns N' Roses is back in 1988, I think it was, when they performed at the Ritz. Probably my favorite concert of theirs to watch. So what I use is just normal paint brushes that you can buy at Walmart or whatever. So for the small details, I do like that. I do like those makeup brushes. And then for the larger parts, I use what's called a wool dauber. It's just wool on the end of the metal stick here, so that you can apply it to the bigger parts. Okay. So to get that wood grain look, do it by doing short, thin lines as you dye. There we go. There it is. Start getting that differentiating, the color difference between each line. There's some other crafters out there who would say my work is messy or whatnot, but I like the patterns created whenever you do the messy job. And a lot of them will use compressed air to spread on their dyes evenly, and that's great. That's the look you're going for. I think a lot of people appreciate the messy look that I like to do. At least that's what people tell me. Could be wrong. I don't think you guys would lie to me, would you? Alright, so once the dye is applied, oh, forgot one thing. The black edge. Oh, and I think I just put the wrong color dauber in that, so I gotta throw that away and get the right color. Gotta get another dauber out. I don't want to mess this up. Okay, new dauber. Just use black on the edge right there. And I just take my fingers and just kind of smear it along. Gives it that kind of burnt edge look. There we go. And while the dye is done and it's still wet, now is the perfect time to shine up the leather. So what I use to shine up my leather, this right here, this was a old t-shirt I had from the army. Got out about 6 years ago. Had all these t-shirts left over sitting around. I always used these t-shirts to shine my boots whenever they got too raggedy, didn't need them anymore. But I had so many that now I use it to shine the leather up. So it'll bring it from that dull look and make it shiny. And you're not looking for pressure when you do this. You're looking for friction and to heat it up a little bit, which makes it kind of glaze up. There you go. So now when it's folded on this side, you'll have a pattern that looks like wood. You got your American flag on this side. All right, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy to see how your products are made. I really love doing it. Have a good one.